Hello everyone, I am going to be very truthful with you all. I'm not sure if Chris and Luggy are involved in the Slater case, but I do think they know more than they are telling us. And potentially hiding other things from us that could potentially ruin the tourism and economy in Tenerife, which we all know is ran by a drug underworld, which is quite frightening. That's why I don't believe Jay fell from accident.
Okay, so it's quite important, the Jay Slater case. When Jay was leaving Masca in the morning, it is believed that Lucy or Brad didn't know that he was actually in Masca, because he headed north from Masca towards Los Carrizales. He should have been going south towards Los Cristianos. When he left Masca in the morning, the next person that we know he called was Brad, and he spoke to Brad. They laughed about it because at that point he didn't even realize he was lost, but he was trying to take a shortcut from one part of a road he was on to another part of the same road. Apparently he was trying to avoid taking the long way round a road he could see and tried to take a shortcut. Now, did he make it down to the road below him? Most likely yes, he did. But he most likely then tried to carry on off-road or followed a path. But regardless, from the evidence that we've got, it doesn't look like Lucy nor Brad had the information that he had moved from Masca north. Because in the morning, he sent some Snapchats, didn't he? Yeah. One of them being on the door of the Airbnb.
On the right is a picture of Lucy's hotel room, and on her bed is the exact same blanket that is wrapped around Jay on the left-hand side on the last picture at Masca.
Okay, but as you all know, this was a picture with Lucy's blanket, and Lucy said these men were strangers, right?
After that, we know he's north of Masca. But when he contacted Brad and when he contacted Lucy, neither of them noticed, as far as I can see, neither of them noticed that he'd gone north of Masca. Because Lucy turns around and says to him, go back where you came from. Not go back to the Airbnb at Masca, or go back to Masca. She didn't say that.
But how can we trust Lucy? She lies and gives so many different stories.
She said, go back where you came from, because he said, I am lost, which means he hasn't got a clue where he is at the moment. He doesn't know how to get back where he went. So that would put him in the Lopez, possibly the Lopez ravine. You're going to know that to your left is one part of the ravine bank coming down. To your right is another part of the ravine coming down. And behind you is a bank coming down the ravine as well. But they meet at the ravine point and pretty much shoot down the ravine right down to the sea. So at some point, you'd know if you're on the left bank, the right bank, or the rear bank in this particular ravine, just by literally standing, looking on any clear patch that you've got. Well, that's the left bank. And the left bank would be in the direction of Masca. The right, if you're looking out to sea from that road, going north from Masca, looking out to sea, which should, I think, be west, north of him would be Los Carrizales, or whatever it is. Los Cristianos is in that direction. He's out in this direction still. So that really needs to be picked up on with Lucy and Brad and find out, did they actually tell him, and did they understand at that time in the morning, by 9 in the morning or 8:30 in the morning, did they understand that he had gone north of Masca? It's very important. Okay, take care. Bye-bye. I'm really hoping that his family get the answers that they're looking for. And I don't think, personally, that it is foul play. Not from what I can see. Not with what the Civil Guard have done. They ain't stupid, that Civil Guard. And have I travelled in that particular part of the world? Yes. Have I travelled in those cactus-bound areas? Yes. So I do have knowledge of what it's like in that area there. It's dangerous, basically, once you go off them roads. Really dangerous. But now I see it as dangerous. When I was 19, I probably wouldn't have. But then I'm running on experience now. That lad's not, unfortunately. But I really hope his parents get the answers that they're looking for. Cipriano Martin, I think it is, the commander, the civil guard. Guardia Civil is the way they pronounce it. Guardia Civil. Civil guard. Not to be messed with, by the way. Not to be messed with, by the way. So Guardia Civil have gone up in the mountains and they've gone and searched. They haven't gone and searched when they've got data saying that everything on them phones is incorrect. So basically there are no inconsistencies as far as phone data and everything is concerned. The last search that they did was in the ping location for Jay that was taken by Lucy, a screenshot of the pin location from Jay's Apple device, which was shared to Lucy's, I believe. She snapped it. That's the last search location. But what you got to bear in mind, the civil guard ain't going to tell you what they have actually got. The civil guard ain't going to tell you what they have actually got. Now, what they did have were more pings from his phone, okay? The places that they searched, one was the Juan Lopez ravine. The other was the Retima ravine, the Las Añas ravine, and the Los Carrizales ravine. I don't think they've searched that one too well, by the way. In all the areas, we know he's been in because his mobile phone coverage is undeniable and places him there, was the statement that was made by Cipriano Martin, who is the commander of the Civil Guard, the headman. He made that statement. I don't think many people actually picked up on that statement. But the statement that he made was, we searched in all the areas we know he'd been in because his mobile phone coverage is undeniable and places him there. So was the undeniable bit the Juan Lopez ravine, or is it right that he pinged in all 4 of the ravines, which means he's crossing them at some point, ravine to ravine?
This just doesn't make any sense in my opinion. All the lies from his so-called friends. The BNB lady was very cold with Jay's parents. Instead of comforting them, they shut the shop shutters when they seen them coming. Then we have Rocky and Ayub who have fun and laugh about the situation and try to use money as a way of telling people more. The BNB was painted over recently after Jay's disappearance.
Okay. Let me see. The civil guard, I'm not going to turn around and say to everybody, his phone pinged in this ravine, it pinged in this ravine, it pinged in this ravine. They're not going to tell you that information. They keep quiet. When they were searching, they'd have all had little GPS devices on them with ping locations in them, and they would have gone to those ping locations and searched around those areas for any identifiable proof that he had been near there. Okay. Pair of glasses, a drop t-shirt, anything that would say that Jay had actually been where the pings were. Now, the issue with the pings, which I know and they know, is it could have been Jay trying to turn that phone back on to find out where he was, or send a message, call someone, more help basically, call for help. But he knows the phone's dead because he died speaking to Lucy. But was he trying to turn the phone back on every now and then, periodically, which caused these other pings? Now, these other pings are possibly, and more than likely, most likely, for them to search the Retima, Aeneas, and what's the name of the other one as well? Not the Lopez, we know about that one. The Carrizales. For them to search all 4 ravines and make a statement that it was from his phone data putting him there, did that put him in all 4? Was it after speaking to Lucy? Was that Jay trying to turn the phone on? Because if you try to turn the phone on, you'll see it. Oh, it goes like that, oh great, oh, I might just start. And then just as it tries to lock onto a cell tower and starts to really power out, bing, phone goes off. Wasn't enough battery. That would ping a tower. Now, the issue you can have is if a tower's really far away over there, and there's one not so far away from you, it's just behind you, but it's just round a bit of a hill, or just round a bit of a bend. But that one's closer. But you turn the phone on, and the most direct line of sight mast is that one. But then it clips off, so it doesn't even get time to triangulate you. Basically, it says you might have been here. So the location data that they went off may have been incorrect due to him trying to turn the phone on, causing those pings. But if it was him trying to turn the pings on, and it did place him in all those places which are undeniable, which is the statement that was made by Guardia Civil Comandante, what's his name again? Cipriano Martin. If that's the statement he made, it might be lost a little bit in translation, but it's most likely that phone pinged in all 4 ravines at some point. That's why they searched those other areas there first. And the last location, Lucy's location last, because think about it. They don't tell the public this, we've got pings in 4 ravines and we've got Lucy saying he's here. Our pings are after Lucy. Where are we going to search? Lucy's last. The others first, because they're the other known last areas after 9 a.m. in the morning, maybe. Which is why they searched the way they did. And to everybody, it would have been like, what the hell are they doing? Like, little group going there, little group going there, little group going there. That's what the little groups were doing with the little GPSs. They were going to the phone location pings to check them out. But they would not give that information. That's Guardia Civil for you. Guardia Civil, man, no, I won't carry on with that sentence. Hey, take care all. But yeah. This is what he said.
You reach the sea directly from the area you were searching?
You can reach the sea. In fact, last Saturday I went along the whole path. There are old paths which are only occasionally used because it's a cliff with very little attraction for sporting purposes. But you can reach the beach along them. So I reached the beach. We didn't find anything. It's a path that goes above and not along the bottom of the cliff. It has drops, and what's needed are ropes to get down. And we also know he was not equipped for that.
How difficult are the difficult areas?
There are rocky drops that you cannot get beyond. You can only get down with a harness and ropes. The people searching that spot today will have to turn around, I think, because they don't have the necessary equipment.
That's me after 3 days at sea. Only 15 hours of sleep. I sleep for 5 nightly maximum in 24. But I can handle much more stressful situations.
Okay, so do you guys remember the boat being stolen and going off the radar at the time of Jay's disappearance? I don't need to say anything else.
Than this very, very simplistic way of earning cash.
Hey, Rena. There's your phosphorescence. Amazing, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful.
Much to see out there, it's quite dark. Sharp blotter. Some of the fish line there. Way down. It's the autopilot. Okay, so that was a shot of the boat. I don't know if you saw that, but that was a...
Thanks for watching everyone, and if you're new, please like, share and subscribe, I would appreciate it. In our mission to get justice for Jay. Also let me know what you think in the comments. Should Luggy be investigated, and does he know more than he is telling us?